welcome, and today we'll be covering the Lab 7 of AZ220 Microsoft Azure IT Developer. And this lab covers all about device message routing, and the lab scenario details can be read in the GitHub. So I'm going to get the materials ready. So in this case, make sure that your portal is open and you have your lab also readily available, meaning to say the steps. So in our past lab, you would have had the similar resource group as reflected here, except for the Cloud Shell storage Southeast Asia. So you will have RGAZ220. And then when it comes to resources, there'll be two resources in your portal. So there'll be an IoT hub and a DPS, device provisioning service resources also. So these we will be covering in the following lab, since I have done some steps for the lab. So this is already over here. But nevertheless, we are going to flow through the lab, and I'm going to show you where are the execution area of focus. So before we start that, we must make sure that we have the reference detail, if you remember, the unique ID, IoT hub, the DPS details, storage account, region, resource group, and your ID scope. So if you have all of this information readily available, then let's start with the lab 7, and we'll go into the exercise 1. So exercise 1 focuses on verifying lab prerequisites. So as I said that, if you have your lab reference notepad with you with all those details like what I've mentioned earlier, meaning to say that is sufficient for you. So in this case, we have all the other details except for device ID. We have been creating device ID and we have been deleting them for the purpose of lab. So as such, I'm not going to state it into the reference document, but as we go, it will be guided. So let's move on. Similar to the previous steps, let's go into Azure Cloud Shell. So click this icon up here and you will get the Azure Cloud Shell terminal being opened. So let's give a few minutes for it to load. Alright, now you can see that it is already in the ready mode. So make sure that this is the right one where we have bash as well as the PowerShell. So right here, you can see this icon here similar to the previous lab. You're going to click this, you're going to click upload. So this is where you have to find the document that we have saved. So if I'm not mistaken, today we are covering lab 7, device messaging route, and same step as all the previous lab. If I'm not mistaken, lab 4 onwards, we are repeating the similar steps. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the setup tool and click on lab 07 setup AZ CLI. In my case, I'm not going to click open because I've already installed it. In your case, you're going to click it as open. Okay. So let's list down. So when I list down, you see here what we can see is you will have certificates. In our previous lab, we have created that. You will have lab 4, 5, 6, lab 7. It's not something that you will have. You will see lab 7 setup file over there. In Cloud Drive, all this is something that we will cover in lab 8. So for now, in lab 7, so what you're going to do is you're going to click make a directory as lab 7. So you will have similar directory like this. And then you're going to put in this command on the terminal as move the lab 07 setup file into the lab 7 folder. So in this case, we're going to move into lab. So I think, let's see, let me just, okay, now I'm in the lab 7, all right? So, and let's just list it out and see what we're seeing. We are seeing this. Let me just restart because you see, I can see some error appearing. So we're going to restart the Cloud Shell. So this is actually how you restart the Cloud. When you see that it is executing, but it's creating confusion. So in that case, you can always restart the shell. In your case, when the moment you went in, if you click ls, you would see lab 7 cl AZCLI file over there. So let me just go to the location, then we can flow through on the other end of it. So yes, we are ready now. Okay, so we are going to lab 7. So if you see, as I mentioned to you, you will see this, but this I am seeing it because I've already completed lab 7. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click chmod. We're going to copy this command and paste it over here and execute it. So then next step, you are going to click open editor. It's going to open to the editors, and you're going to open to lab 7. You're going to click lab 7 setup AZ. So here you're going to see the codes has appeared. Make sure you change your ID and your location. And then click on save. After that, click close editor. Alright. So once that is done, you've already executed, you already closed. And then what you're going to do is, alright. So if you have accidentally closed, you always can return back to the same place by clicking on the terminal or Cloud Shell command or the button to activate your Cloud Shell, and then make sure you move into the lab 7. Like what I'm doing, cd lab 7, meaning to say you're going into the directory. Okay, then here, once you're into the directory, make sure you copy this and you paste it, you execute. So this is where you will take a few minutes before it is completed. Okay, so once that is done, so okay, what they're saying here is once that's done, you will be seeing a connection string for device display. There will be a line of similar to this. Let me just put it here. You will see similar code to this. Similar like this connection string. You will see host name, IoT and all this. So make sure you copy it. You copy the connection string into a text document. And this is for the sensor device that you're going to create later. So I repeat again, once you execute the lab 7 setup, once the execution is completed, there will be a line item of command which starts with host name and so on. So similar, this is in my case, this is how it was. Host name equivalents to IoT AC220 and so on until the sign of equivalence and the whole line item. Copy it and paste it into your document. Save it. Alright, so now we are moving to exercise 2. So that completes our exercise 1. Okay, we are opening Visual Code. Same step as the previous labs. So here, what we're going to do is we are going to open the lab. So in this case, how are we going to open it? File, open folder. We're going to search where did we keep the, so if it is in the download, open that, go directly to the lab 7 and you will see the starter folder. Click on that and click on vibration device and you click select folder. So here, once you have selected, it will be loaded in your Visual Studio Code. So how do you see it? This is how you see it. Vibration device program and vibration device.cs project. Okay, so here you have already completed this part of it. Now you're going to click program CS to open the codes. Right at the terminal, you're going to say new terminal to see the terminal commands. So over here, you're going to say .NET build. You're going to type .NET build command over there. Okay, so in my case, the result may not be the same. Bear in mind, the result may not be same because I have added number of line items. It is completed. Okay, so in your case, what would the output be? This is the output that you should get. Okay. We move to task 2. Alright, this is where we are connecting to the device string. Remember what locate. You can control find, control F, and then paste this particular command or variable, paste it here, copy and paste it here, and then it will direct you to the particular location. So here, you remember that you copied the whole location string from the previous installation. Now paste that. Make sure you have the open and close quote. Okay, then click on file, then click on save. So in my case, although the command is here, I have already deleted the device. As such, this is not effective, right? So we move, and then you can always look into the line items and understand it. The details of it has been explained here as well, and what the method does and what it sends and what it is receiving. Okay, so similar to the previous method, so we are reading through, we'll see, and this step 2 is basically reviewing. If you look at it, it's all review, mostly on the review aspect. That covers for the task 2. Now we are moving to task 3. Okay, when we test the code, once we run this code, all these line items is already in place. Okay, we are going to run, and you will get such a result. So this is the result. You'll be getting a telemetry data. Alright, and then to stop that, you can click Ctrl C. We are moving to task 4, right? So this is where you go to the portal, and then you click on the IoT Hub, and then you click on Overview, right? Show data for last. Where do you see that? Can you see here, show data for last? So here you are clicking it as 1 hour. Change it to 1 hour. Alright. Then we move to the exercise 3. We are creating a message route to Azure Blob storage. Okay. Let's go to the task. You can read it right? Okay, at the task, at the Azure, we already opened the IoT Hub. Where is the message portal? If you scroll down it, you can see a message portal. And you click on message routing. Click on add item here. And then put in the name as vibration login route. This name here. Okay, put it over at vibration login route. I've already had the name because this is already created, so you don't see it. So here I'm showing you this is the name, and at the endpoint you are going to click add and this add here, and then you're going to click at the storage that you have created. Okay, so in this case, vibration log and storage that you have created. Okay, if you don't have, then you can create immediately at this point. And then so now you're going to, once you have add the storage end, and then you're going to enter vibration log endpoint. Okay, so here you're going to pick a container. So the container that we are picking, pick a container. So let me just show you here. All right, so let me just repeat this step so that you know what to click. So at the endpoint, click on this and then click on storage. Okay, so once you click on storage, you click on add, you add the name. Okay, add a storage name. All right, so this is the name vibration. Okay, endpoint name, sorry, the endpoint name is vibration log endpoint. And then here you're going to pick a container, and when it comes to pick a container, you're going to click right. Okay, then you're going to click on create storage account, and then you're going to choose the storage account you have created. Okay, vibe, there will be a new link over there. Pick a container. I'll click with you. Pick a container. When you click pick a container, right, you see here, you click on this plus sign, storage account, click on that. Okay, then you enter the name. So in this case, I already entered. Can you see here, vibration store KB2103. Alright, so I've already entered. You can enter it there. So here, make sure you select storage version 2, and then under the performance, leave it to be standard, locally redundant storage. Locate it to, in my case, is the region Southeast Asia. So where is the Southeast Asia? I'm going to choose Southeast Asia, and that's it. You're going to click OK after that. Alright, so and that completes. So very cool. Then you click OK, and then you have already created your storage account. In this case, I'm not saving because I've already created it. So this is how you will see a storage account. So I'm going to close because I'm not going to create. I am okay. So I'm going to so once you are back here, okay, close this. I'm closing this because I've already created. You will not see it. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to define the storage account container. So where are we going to go and search for storage account container? So if you don't find it, you can just search up here storage account. Just click on it. You will be routed to that place. Okay. Just now you have created directly on the storage container. So now under the uh, okay, and once this is done, click on the container. All right, click on the vibration, meaning to say you are entering into the container. All right. Sorry, you are clicking. In my case, I've already had the vibration container. I'm sorry. My case I've already created before. You're going to click. Remember, we clicked on the storage account that we have created. First, we searched for storage account up here. Then we had the list. Let me just repeat it again. I clicked the storage account. So I'm seeing the vibration store KB storage account that I've created. I'm going to click on that and it comes to the page of the storage account. Right now, I'm seeing my storage account. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click on container. So I click on container. Okay, you will not see this, but I am seeing it because I've created. What you're going to do is you're going to click this plus button up here. Alright, and then you're going to name it vibration container. Okay, vibration container. So in this case, I'll just put test. Right, and under the public access level, make sure you select private, no anonymous access. Alright, then you create. So in this case, I am discarding because I've already created. So remember, public access level created. It takes some time, but then it will be created. So click on it and then click select. So you're ready. So here, let me repeat that again. Sorry, okay, you select here. So I'm going to click. So let's go back again to the Azure dashboard. Okay, now when I return to the dashboard, I am seeing my storage account here. So I'm clicking on it. So when I click on it, I am seeing at the overview, I'll see the container created. Okay. So we see just now we have already set the other details and we are fine to go. Okay, we are leaving it. for the purpose of practice, meaning to say for your purpose, I'm going to create a new container. Okay, so I'm going to name it as vibration container delete, meaning to say I will delete after that. Okay, in the advanced here, I am not selecting anything because that's all. We are just going to select this. I'm going to click create. Okay, so now successfully created. I'm clicking on it and I see nothing over there. Alright, I see nothing at all. We have already created. Let me see what are the items required. What are the other things required? Okay, we have already created dashboard. We have already created storage account and file. Let's go back again to storage. Storage account. Okay, so I'm going to select the storage account that I have, and then I'm going to see what needs to be done next. Okay, so here you should return to the storage point and blade. Notice that Azure storage container has been set to the URL of storage account and container you just created. Yes, leave the batch, frequency and chunk. Oh, but this because I have already done. So remember, because you were proceeding, so I have actually closed it. I'm very sorry. Alright, let's go back. Alright, so this is the problem when we have done and we wanted to do a new one. Okay, so here we go. Alright, I'm adding new, and then we are creating the resource group, a storage account, right, and so on. Then we are going to review and we're going to create it. So when you come back to the previous stage, you will see that you may need to put in the batch frequency, the scroll bar that was over there. So in this case, we can't see that because I've already created it. I've already determined it. So I've already created it, so I can't show you at this point of time. But when the moment you saved, it would have returned you to the next setting stage where you put in the batch and chunk size to 100. Leave it as is, it is in 100. So under the encoding, there are two options. Make sure that AVRO is selected. And then you just double check everything that you have created and then you click create. Alright. So once that's done, you are adding a root blade. Okay. So this is where under the data source, let's look at it. Under the data source, you are adding device telemetry. So I need to go at IoT hub. Okay, under the IoT hub, you are going to add, did you saw how I went? If you would have logged out, you're coming back. You go to IoT hub. Now we are on the message routing. So search for message routing. Click on the message routing and look for the routing that you have created. Click on it. In my case, I have already set. So make sure that your data source is enabled. This is device telemetry message. Device enabled. Routing query. Copy this and paste it here. Okay, and then you click on save. Alright. Once you do that, it goes back to this particular location. And now you go back to your Visual Studio, alright, and then run.net. Run. So, and let it run continuously. You will see the message coming in continuously. Let it run. Now come back to your Azure portal. Alright, once you come to your Azure portal, we already here. Okay, so I am going to go to my Visual Studio. I'm going to open my vibration store, meaning to say my storage account list. So you can refresh here. You refresh here, and then at the left side here, okay, the menu here, go to Storage Explorer Preview. Click on that. Okay, here you will see several items has already been populated. So click on Blob container. Click on vibration container. So here you wouldn't see anything. Okay, please understand that there is a small limitation in the Microsoft Azure where you will not be able to see the folder unless you upload something. So what you do, in my case, I just uploaded a file. So what I did is I uploaded the Lab 7, or maybe just README. So what I did is under the Lab 7, I just uploaded README. Some text document. The moment you upload this, you will see this particular folder in your system. Okay. So then you won't see JSON because there are other steps that you have to complete. Only then you will see it. So, alright. So here you got it done, and I hope that we are clear. We are moving to the next step, which is the exercise 4. So under the exercise 4, this is where we're going to create the stream analytic job. So, okay. Now what we're going to do is we go back to the Azure portal. So here we're going to create a resource. Okay. So under this portal, Azure portal in other way is home. You come to the main portal. So what they say create a resource is here. You go to the main portal, the home, and then you click on create a resource. Okay, there you click, or you can also search for marketplace. So here you're going to click and search for stream analytics. Alright, I think my spelling is analytics. Alright, so did you see here stream analytic job? Click on that. And then click on create. So you will create a new stream analytic job. I am not going to create because I have already created. And when you click as new, you're going to name it as vibration job. So it is okay. Let me just quickly show you, since you may want some guidance over there. All right, create. So I'm going to create. All right, so here you're going to put vibration job. You're going to type that here, and then this is subscription. You choose your resource group, your location, and then for the hosting environment, you leave it cloud. Here, from number 3, you make it as 1, and then you click on I can't click this because of the job is already there. So you click on create, and then you wait for it to be successful. In this case, I'm discarding because I have already created. I repeat again, I'm discarding because I have already created. If you see, I've already created vibration job. Okay. So once the deployment is done, alright, so let me just open it. Okay, assume that it's already done. Right, at the side here, on the left hand side here, can you see job topology? This is what they meant as job topology. So you click on the input. At the input, click on add stream input. In my case, I have already created. So I'm going to click IoT Hub and then create a vibration input. Same naming as this. Okay, and then there I'm going to choose the subscription, or means my IoT Hub, and I am going to name it. Remember that we created a policy before, so we're going to put IoT Hub owner here, a policy name, and then under the consumer is default. Here we are leaving it to encoding, right? Okay, so that is alright. Yeah, we have done that. Event sterilization is JSON, UTF, 8, and then here is none. Okay, then you click save. You won't have the shared policy key yet. Okay, so we are not entering it. In your case, you will not enter it because you do not have. You have all the other details you have already entered in, and you're going to save the file. This is the set25. Okay, and then you go to the job output topology. Here you do the same. You click add. Here you are going to choose blob storage ADLS. DLS stands for data lake storage, so we're going to choose the generation 2. Click on that and then name it as vibration output. I've already created, so I'm going to just click on it. So you select your storage, your subscription. Okay, so once you have choose your storage, done, your subscription would be by default. Okay, and then your storage account, done, and then your container. Here you click on use existing container and you choose vibration container. Then leave the path empty, and then you just take note. You leave all this as is. JSON, UTF. Here make sure it's line separated. Minimum row is empty, blank. This is blank, and then you click on the authentication mode. Make sure you select connect string and then save. Right? Once that's done, you already done your output. And then now we're going to go into query. Same job topology, query at the left menu. Close this. Okay, so here you're going to select query, and once you select query, this is how it will be. So here you're going to replace the code that is over here with this code. And then you're going to just save the query. You're going to click this button here. Add the overview, click back here, overview, click back. Okay, and now we're going to test the plugin. Okay, go back to the Visual Studio. Alright, and then you see it's running. Okay, if it is not running, run this command .net run. If it is running, you can also Control C, stop, and then redo again, meaning to say put in .net run. Right, and then add the overview here. Okay, once the job has started, you click on start. If you click on start, it will come as this. So what you're going to do is you're just going to click now and start. Once you do that, you click on it will start. So in my case, it's not starting because there's nothing to start here. So you click back on the dashboard. If you don't see dashboard, click on the hamburger sign. Click on the dashboard. So you see your resource style. Click on vibration store, your storage account. Right. Make sure it's on the overview. And then scroll slightly down. Make sure this is in 1 hour. Click on 1 hour. And then on the left side, click on storage account. Search for storage account. Storage Explorer, sorry. This you see here, Storage Explorer Premium. Click on that. Alright. And then at the blob, click on vibration container. So under the name, double click and you'll see the folder. Right. Okay. So you can see that. Navigate back to dashboard. And then under you see vibration job. Click on that. And then you click stop. And you click yes. Okay. So this is where the JSON file will be created. So it will take some time to stop the streaming. So you can still move on doing other steps because the process is already running in the background. You can check in the notification here, right? So you can see that there's a line running, meaning to say it's still going on, right? So, and go back to your Visual Studio, Control C and stop the simulation. Alright, that's it. We are done with Lab 7. I hope this is clear, and as you move further into the lab, it will be easier. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.